The first clothes were probably not invented to keep humans warm. Your ancestors may have started covering their bodies under the burning African sun. And the strangest part is that protection may not even have been the main reason. Clothing may have begun as humanity's first social media profile. Early humans were already built for heat. Unlike most mammals, they had lost much of their thick body hair and developed millions of sweat glands. When sweat evaporates, it carries heat away from the skin. A mostly naked body helped humans stay active in open landscapes while many animals had to stop and cool down. So covering that body again seems like a terrible idea. Unfortunately, the first clothes disappeared long ago. Hides rot. Grass and bark decay. A stone tool can survive for 1,000,000 years, but a strip of animal skin usually leaves nothing behind. That means there is no ancient shirt waiting to be discovered. Instead, scientists have had to investigate one of the least glamorous witnesses in human history: lice. Had lice live in hair? Body lice live mainly in clothing and move to the skin to feed. By comparing their genetic material, the biological instructions passed between generations, scientists can estimate when body lice separated from head lice. That split could only happen after humans began wearing clothes regularly. Your ancestors invented a new habitat, and parasites moved in almost immediately. The estimates are debated, but habitual clothing may be well over 100,000 years old. That makes it older than farming, cities, and probably the permanent human occupation of the coldest parts of Europe. So why did humans begin? The first reason may have been simple utility. A strip of hide around the waist could hold a stone tool. A cord could carry food. A wrap could protect skin from thorns, insects, and intense sunlight. Long before clothing became a full-body shelter, it may have functioned more like a wearable toolbox. But the second reason changed everything. Clothing made the body communicate. Imagine two groups meeting without a shared language. One group wears red mineral paint. Another carries particular shells or animal teeth. Before anyone speaks, both sides can already see who belongs together. This is called signaling. A signal is something visible or audible that communicates information. A rare feather might suggest status. A necklace made from distant shells might reveal travel or trade. An animal tooth might advertise hunting skill. Once humans placed objects on their bodies, material became message. That made clothing useful even in places where the weather made it unnecessary. A tiny belt offers almost no warmth, but it can show adulthood, achievement, marriage, mourning, occupation, or membership in a group. The third reason may have followed from the second: attraction. Humans judge health, confidence, skill, and social position with remarkable speed. Decoration could draw attention to the body, exaggerate movement, or advertise access to rare materials. In other words, the first fashion choices may also have been mating signals. This does not mean someone suddenly invented an attractive outfit. Small preferences could grow over generations. If a particular color, feather, or shape attracted attention, more people copied it. What began as decoration could become tradition. Then tradition created the fourth reason: modesty. You might assume humans felt ashamed of nakedness and invented clothes to hide it. But the order may have been reversed. If a community regularly covers one part of the body, exposing it begins to feel unusual. The habit becomes an expectation. The expectation becomes a rule. Eventually, breaking that rule produces embarrassment. Different cultures consider completely different body parts private. That suggests modesty is shaped heavily by culture, meaning behavior and beliefs learned from other people rather than inherited directly through genes. Humans may not have invented clothes because they were ashamed. Clothes may have helped invent shame. Only then comes the reason most people assume was first: cold. When humans moved into colder regions, decoration became survival technology. Loose hides offered some warmth, but fitted clothing changed what was possible. Scrapers cleaned animal skins. Awls, pointed tools used to punch holes, prepared pieces for tying. Later, eyed needles allowed people to sew garments that trapped warm air and blocked wind. Clothing became a portable shelter. That gave humans an extraordinary advantage. A bear adapts to cold by evolving dense fur over many generations. A human can learn to sew a coat, teach the technique to a child, and enter a new environment almost immediately. The body did not have to evolve. The outfit did. From there, clothing became more complex, and every practical improvement created a new social opportunity. Better stitching required skill. Rare dyes suggested wealth. Fine fabrics demanded time and labor. What kept people alive could also reveal who controlled resources. This produced a loop that still exists today. Humans improved clothes for survival. Improved clothes offered more ways to display identity. Social competition encouraged even more elaborate clothing. Protection, status, and belonging became impossible to separate. That is why rulers eventually controlled what people wore. Some societies created laws restricting certain fabrics, colors, and jewelry to particular classes. If clothes existed only for warmth, nobody would care who was allowed to wear silk. And that is why getting dressed can still feel strangely difficult. You are not simply covering your skin. You are predicting an audience. Your brain calculates the weather, but it also calculates the room. Is this too formal? Too casual? Too expensive? Too old? Too noticeable? Even an outfit designed to say that you do not care is still sending a message. A uniform signals authority before its wearer speaks. Black clothing can communicate mourning in one setting and style in another. Torn fabric can signal poverty in one century and wealth in the next. The material has no fixed meaning. Human minds place the meaning there. Your ancestors began with hides, cords, pigments, feathers, shells, and teeth. Those objects carried tools, protected skin, attracted attention, marked group identity, created rules of modesty, and eventually opened the frozen parts of the planet to a tropical primate. So the first clothes were probably not invented to keep humans warm. They were invented because, for humans, a body was never going to remain just a body.